Hi guys, just out here enjoying my delicious buckwheat cereal. In this video I want to show you 3 different ways you can use buckwheat. Buckwheat is such a great source of protein, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. Also, it's gluten-free. I love having it as a cereal. It's so simple. And the other 2 ways is to make some buckwheat cookies and buckwheat bread. And I'm going to show you how to do that. First and foremost, you have to soak your buckwheat, or in other words, sprout your buckwheat. And basically all that is just soaking it in water. And you can do it for just a couple of hours, or you can even do it over the course of a couple days if you want to actually sprout it and watch it grow into little sprouts. And I've done that before. It does take a little more work because you have to regularly rinse the buckwheat every few hours if possible, and put it in the fridge when you do it, of course. Then once it's done soaking, you want to rinse it really well. Then it's all ready to go for your buckwheat cereal and for the other 2 options I'm going to share with you as well. One of the things I really love to do is meal prepping. I love to just create as many meals as possible in the least amount of time. So that's why I took the full bag of the buckwheat, I soaked it, and then I rinsed it, and now I'm going to make the buckwheat cereal, and then I'll use the rest of it to make the cookies and the bread. So for this buckwheat cereal, I like to use just a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla flavored stevia, and almond milk, and some strawberries. It's very simple, delicious. Oh, and you can just add lots of different things. Sometimes I like to add some goji berries or some different nuts and seeds to go along with it. So here I got some pumpkin seeds, and I really love this combination. I assembled 3 bowls of my buckwheat cereal. I just added some strawberries, the cinnamon, the stevia, and right before I'm ready to eat it is when I'll add the almond milk, because it'll get a little slimy if you add any liquid when you're storing it for a couple days. And now I'll show you how to make these delicious buckwheat cookies with only a few ingredients. One of them being mashed up bananas. Of course, you got to make sure that you're using really ripe bananas. Oh yeah, and don't forget to preheat your oven to 350. And so I've used 2 bananas here, mashed them up really good, and then I've just sprinkled in a little bit of this date sugar. I didn't even measure it. I don't know, sometimes I just do that. Then you'll want to add a 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil, 1 tablespoon cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and 1 cup of buckwheat. And I blended the buckwheat up just a little bit in the blender. You don't have to if you want it chunky. It's all up to you. Then you just bake for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now for the buckwheat bread, you just need a 1/2 cup of chia seeds, and you want to soak it in water as well until it gets to like a gooey gel type consistency. This will help bind the bread together. Also, it adds a lot more protein and fiber to the bread. Look at that. Then you'll need 1.5 cups of the buckwheat groats. Put it in your little blender, food processor, whatever you like to use. Then just add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then go ahead and add the chia seeds and blend it all up together. Now you'll just need to line your bread pan with some parchment paper, put in the dough, or whatever you want to call it, the mixture, and bake it at 330 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Then is the fun part. You can get so creative with your buckwheat bread and add all kinds of different toppings. I love to use avocados and tomatoes with delicious balsamic vinegar, some feta cheese. You can use peanut butter and bananas, and just get really creative. I love it. So there are my 3 ways of using buckwheat. You can make all this using one full bag of buckwheat groats, and you'll be set for the week. You'll have lots of options. It's delicious, you guys. Delicious. All right. I would love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Leave me a comment or thumbs up if you like the video. If you've tried any of these recipes, let me know what you think in the comments below.